Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the epic new Middle-earth adventure, The War of the Rohirrim. This animated prequel film set centuries before the events of The Lord of the Rings promises to be a visually stunning and action-packed journey. Before we delve into the details, let's take a moment to show some love for our amazing supporters. With your help, we keep these lore breakdowns and movie analyses coming. So a huge thank you to everyone who's rocked a top all-time shirt or grabbed a mug. Now, let's talk about Rohan. From the very first glimpses in the teaser trailers, one thing's clear. The War of the Rohirrim is going to be a visual feast. The animation style looks breathtaking, capturing the grandeur of Rohan's rolling plains and the imposing strength of Helm's Deep. We can expect a return to that classic Lord of the Rings aesthetic, with landscapes that feel both fantastical and grounded in reality. But the War of the Rohirrim isn't just about the scenery. We're also getting a brand new story centered around a character named Hera, voiced by the talented Sophia Nomvete. Now, details about Hera are still under wraps, but based on the trailers, it seems she'll be a fierce warrior queen who plays a pivotal role in Rohan's history. This focus on a strong female lead is definitely exciting. While The Lord of the Rings had its fair share of iconic heroes, the women were often relegated to the sidelines. The War of the Rohirrim seems poised to give us a powerful female character who can stand shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Aragorn and Éowyn. And speaking of action, buckle up. The trailers hint at epic battles unlike anything we've seen before in Middle-earth. We're talking vast armies clashing, Rohirrim cavalry charges, and some truly terrifying-looking monsters. It's safe to say this film won't shy away from depicting the brutal realities of war. Now, here's where things get interesting. We know the film focuses on a specific historical event, the Second War of the Rohirrim, a conflict that's only briefly mentioned in The Lord of the Rings appendices. This war saw Rohan face a devastating attack from a race known as the Dunlendings. Here's where some fan theories come into play. Could the Dunlendings in the War of the Rohirrim be connected to the Dunedain, the race of men that Aragorn descends from? It's a possibility, especially considering the film's focus on Rohan's past. Perhaps we'll see an earlier chapter in the complex relationship between these two human kingdoms. Of course, with a historical event as the backdrop, there's bound to be some creative license taken. The filmmakers have an opportunity to flesh out this period of Rohan's history and introduce new characters like Hera. But the core elements of the Second War, Rohan's struggle against overwhelming odds and the resilience of its people, will likely remain intact. And speaking of characters, the voice cast for The War of the Rohirrim is absolutely stacked. We have the legendary Brian Cox returning to voice King Helm Hammerhand, the iconic ruler who built Helm's Deep. Joining him are Miranda Otto reprising her role as Éowyn, and some fantastic newcomers like Ian Glenn and Gaia Weiss. With a cast like this and a story steeped in Middle-earth lore, The War of the Rohirrim has all the ingredients to be a truly epic film. But one question remains: how will this animated prequel connect to the beloved live-action trilogies? Well, that, my friends, is a secret we'll have to wait and see. The filmmakers have been tight-lipped about any potential connections, but there are bound to be some Easter eggs for eagle-eyed fans. One intriguing connection lies in the film's title itself. Helm's Deep, the iconic fortress that played a crucial role in The Lord of the Rings, is named after King Helm Hammerhand. The War of the Rohirrim will explore the events that led to the construction of this legendary stronghold. Imagine seeing Helm's Deep not as a crumbling ruin, but as a newly built fortress, a symbol of Rohan's defiance. We might even witness the very battles that solidified its reputation as an impregnable defense. Speaking of Rohan, this film offers a chance to delve deeper into the kingdom's history and culture. We know the Rohirrim were skilled horsemen and fierce warriors, but the War of the Rohirrim could explore their societal structure, their traditions, and their relationship with other races in Middle-earth. Will we see the early days of their bond with Gondor? Perhaps we'll learn more about their interactions with the elves or the dwarves. Every glimpse into Rohan's past enriches the world Tolkien created. Of course, there's always the question of tone. The Lord of the Rings trilogies had moments of humor and camaraderie, but they also dealt with themes of loss, sacrifice, and the struggle against overwhelming darkness. The War of the Rohirrim seems to be leaning towards a more serious tone, judging by the trailers. It wouldn't be surprising to see a film that explores the devastating cost of war and the unwavering courage it takes to defend your homeland. Ultimately, the War of the Rohirrim is an exciting addition to the Lord of the Rings legacy. Whether you're a die-hard Tolkien fan or simply someone who enjoys epic fantasy adventures, this film promises to deliver. It's a chance to revisit a beloved world, meet new heroes, and witness the events that shaped Middle-earth's history. So grab your popcorn, dust off your Lord of the Rings knowledge, and get ready to embark on a journey to the heart of Rohan. The War of the Rohirrim hits theaters this December, and we can't wait to see it on the big screen.